Hey guys, Yamanuran here. Welcome to Practical Knowledge. Today we'll cover the fourth part of the book, The 5 Elements of Effective Thinking by Edward Berger and Michael Starbird. We are getting close to the end. These authors brought us a method to produce new knowledge, get a deeper understanding, learn from our mistakes, raise questions to help us find a solution to an issue, and so on. This method is outlined in 5 habits, and for each habit, they associated a classical element to it to help to trigger our memory and help us to apply these techniques. We have understandably earth, make mistakes fire, raise questions air, follow the flow of ideas water, and change, which will be the quintessential element. Today we cover the fourth element water, follow the flow of ideas. And if you haven't watched it yet, the links to the previous videos are in the description. Okay, the base of this concept is most of the things we try to build or develop most likely come from something already established. Think about the telephone, for example. We have seen old movies in which there is that single rotary telephone in a large mansion set on the table in the entry, right? Later, telephone extensions allowed phones to be placed in different rooms, then became the touch-tone phones, then the cordless phones, then those large brick-like cellular phones, then pocket-sized cell phones with cameras, then smartphones with touchscreen and internet access. And surely no one believes that the iPhone is the end of the line, right? Each of these steps required thinking of the current pinnacle of development of an idea and asking how could that current solution be refined to solve the problem it solved even better. From a computer that I had in 1997 with 8 megabytes of RAM memory to my computer now that needs at least 32 gigabytes of RAM to work well, all this progress took place through the evolution and development of what already existed. And it's not only technological ideas that are developed and modified, we can view this phenomenon in religion, education, arts, philosophy, and society. The whole history of mathematics, for example, is one long sequence of taking the best ideas of the moment and finding new extensions, variations, and applications. Isaac Newton and Gottfried von Leibniz independently discovered calculus in the last half of the 17th century. And we all see that calculus truly changed the world, but it didn't change it on the day it was discovered. Basically, during the past 300 years, calculus has been applied to mechanics, to the motion of the planets, to electricity, to magnetism, to fluid flow, to biology, to economics and accounting, as well as to countless other areas. But a study of history reveals that other mathematicians had thought of all the essential elements of calculus before either Newton or Leibniz came along. Newton himself acknowledged this flowing reality when he wrote, "If I have seen farther than others, it's because I have stood on the shoulders of giants." Newton and Leibniz came up with their brilliant insight at essentially the same time because it wasn't a huge leap from what was already known. All creative people, even ones who are considered geniuses, start as non-geniuses and take small steps from there. The origins of ideas are often covered up, giving the impression of magic, spontaneous creation, rather than of incremental evolution, which is far more accurate description. Every great idea is a human idea that evolved from hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals struggling to make sense of and understanding the issue at hand. Every wonder step, every misstep, and every dead end provided a new insight that moved those struggling minds along the path of discovery. And this is what follow the flow of ideas means. Now, sometimes I think that we're well trained to understand how things work, but not so stimulated to think about how to improve them or take the next step. I'll give an example. In 1901, Remsen Oates, the father of the Oldsmobile, could not produce his car fast enough. So he had an idea to speed up the manufacturing process. Instead of building one car at a time, he created the assembly line. The acceleration in production was unheard of. From an output of 425 automobiles in 1901 to 2,500 cars the following year. While other competitors were in awe of this incredible volume, Henry Ford dared to ask, can we do even better? He was in fact able to improve upon Oates' clever idea by introducing conveyor belts to the assembly line. As a result, Ford production skyrocketed. Instead of taking a day and a half to manufacture a Model T, as in the past, he was now able to split them out at a rate of one car every 90 minutes. The moral of the story is that good progress is often the herald or lights the way to greater progress. So this is what really caught my attention because one of my activities is teaching, and I'm always asking myself, how can I make the knowledge as clear as possible? How can I fix it in the students' minds? But at the same time, how to teach them to work and think by themselves? And one of the ways to do that is watching and learning from other people, what techniques they use, which tools, what skills they have, and I try to capture the ideas and adapt them for my audience. This for me is the greatest insight of the following the flow of ideas. So what did you think so far? Did you notice that we can improve what we do based on the work of others and not necessarily start from scratch? Drop me a comment below to let me know what you think, and if you haven't yet, I invite you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This is supporting the creation of more content like this. Okay, sometimes getting to the current highest level of perfection is so difficult and so satisfying at the same time that we can imagine further heights, and in most cases we are biased and limited by what we already know, especially since we know it works. But in fact, our own understanding can be deeper and richer than it currently is. No matter where it is in its evolution, an important perspective of successful thinking is that even the best can be improved. To envision the future, we can look back and put ourselves in the mindset of the past. For example, think about how difficult it would have been 30 years ago to envision the internet. Ask yourself, what object or idea of tomorrow would be as unimaginable today as the World Wide Web was in 1980? You may think this vision is pure fantasy, but consider how impossible smartphones would have seemed in the 1970s. It was the science fiction of its time. New ideas today are built on the ideas of yesterday and illuminate the way to the brilliant ideas of tomorrow. Each new idea extends a line that started in the past and travels through the present into the future. Successful and effective learners and innovators harness the power of the flow of ideas, which suggests the element water. I hope you found this video relevant, and if you want to see another great one, I'll leave it with this one right here. In the next video, we will talk about the fifth and final element, change. So until there, be safe guys and stay tuned.